Quality of LG election still low, says INEC, with riders. SIECs expressed misgivings over Supreme Court's judgment on Rivers Council polls. British High Commission (CDS) decry killing of 38 kidnapped hostages after ransom payment. 2027 ADC might become another PDP or APC if Lukman warns, with riders will stop imposition, reform ADC's bureaucracy, Mark replies Lukman. Transcorp Group records 21% in profit to 85.7 billion naira in H125. Alright, and on sports, our next target is to win World Cup, says Ajibade on page 32. Now to the Daily Times newspaper. Rector jailed 7 years for running fake degree courses. 2027, no vacancy in Aso Villa. APC national chairman tells opposition parties on page 2. Plateau relatively safer than other northern states, says Mutfwang. FG condemns anti-Nigerian protests in Ghana, moves to prevent reprisal. ADC has over 3 million dues-paying members, says Wosu. Alleged fraud, Okpebolo fires aid on oil and gas, on page 6. And finally, on the Daily Times, Naira strengthens to 1,533 Naira per dollar as reserves top $39 billion, on page 13. Now over to the Nigerian Tribune. Presidency, North should wait till 2031, says Akumi, with riders North not getting deserved attention under Tinubu's government, says ACF. Tinubu has kept his promises, says Northern Governors Forum on page 4. Makinde Abiodun meet in Ibadan to strengthen relationship on agri, security, others. IMF raises Nigeria's 2025 growth forecast to 3.4% amid global optimism, on page 7. Tinubu's wife visits Benue, donates 1 billion naira to victims of herder farmer attacks. ADC will not condone anti-party activities, indiscipline, David Mark. With rider party to set up 50-man committee on manifesto, Godfathers scheming to hijack ADC, Lukman cautions Mark, on page 13. PDP blasts ADC, accuses party of unprovoked attack, says it remains strong, vows to beat APC in 2027. And on health, stem cell therapy may offer regenerative cure for type 1 diabetes, on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune. Over to the Punch newspaper. North splits over Tinubu marginalization claim. With rider President abandoned North, says ACF. Northern leaders impoverished region, says Kaduna Governor. 210 trillion naira audit. Senate demands NNPC response in 3 weeks, on page 32. Nurses shun FG talks, begin warning strike today. States accuse FG of sabotaging power sector decentralization. Still on the Punch, power rotation debate heats up as North reviews Tinubu's scorecard. With riders, Tinubu must complete 8 years, says Afenifere Middle Belt Forum. Opposition tackle APC zoning stand, on page 2. Nihoto sets up panel to sanction tourism offenders. Olubadan Olakunleyin for burial, August 8, on page 30. Alright, now to the Daily Independent. Despite GDP growth, structural challenges weigh down economy. Experts charge FG on electricity, non-oil revenue, others. FG announces plan to revive Kaduna textiles. Tinubu not behind northern problems, Governor Ubasani. Tinubu offers automatic jobs, cash rewards, scholarships to 200 NYSC honorees. Electricity regulatory conflicts may undermine investor confidence, FG warns. Equities market records second highest single-day gain of 1.736 trillion naira on page 6. All right, now to the Guardian newspaper, we have discos over bill 2 million customers struggle with metering efficiency on page 6. Mob lynches police officer's son for beheading brother in Ondo. NDLEA auctions drug traffickers' properties in Lagos, Kano, Ondo, Ogun on page 3. Nigeria's economy to grow by 3.4% this year, IMF affirms. Current security architecture can't contain insecurity, Alias says. FG cautions as Ghanaians allege ritual killings, prostitution against Nigerians. Northern leaders criticize Tinubu's record as governor. Others rally in defense. Nigerians spent 1.3 trillion naira on PMS in June as Dangote marketers dip in competition. All right, that is it on the Guardian newspaper and all we can take on our newspaper headlines this morning. Now let's move over to our review with Chris Maduka this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Richard. And good morning, people of the world. This is another day of being grateful to God for life, and we are here.
Yes, we
have a lot of usual
headlines.
Some of them are not so encouraging, but they're
Yeah.
coming for Nigeria all the same. So
We're
we don't
seeing
have
that
a choice. Let's move.
Yeah, we're seeing that IMF raises Nigeria's 2025 growth forecast to 3.4%. And it's reoccurring, IMF.
Yeah.
to
No,
grow.
I've never been a party to whatever IMF or any of those organizations say about Nigeria. I am totally not a party, a fan of all those people. What I am interested in, what do Nigerians, from the data available to us and our little sense of economics and structural development, where are we? Why should we depend on IMF to give us data about our growth? Why should we depend on foreign bodies to do that? It's insulting. It's demeaning. It shows we don't have people here, or that we have people we do not really appreciate what they are. How many universities do we have in Nigeria? Is there any single one of them that's not running Department of Economics, Statistics, and allied courses? How many departments we have in federal ministries that deal with our budget and economy? We even have special agencies that deal with this. We have the NBS, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Although that one churns out any figure they want, but then if their figure is better, I can look at it and consider it than all this wake up in the morning. IMF says your Naira has added one kobo, and we'll be here celebrating. They are suspect. IMF, World Bank, all those people that borrow money to Nigeria, and they are watching us and pressing us, pushing us like pawn in the chessboard of international economics, and we are following like mumu. They are suspect of whatever is happening to us. So let them keep their growth rating. Let them go and rate other people. Why is there concentration in Africa? Why is there concentration in Nigeria? Before you wake up, before even people in Asarok and National Assembly have chairman of economic budget and they don't even bother. What's their job? Why is it only? It's only IMF that gives us figure that we work with. It's total babadash. And the sooner we begin to come up with our figure, let's bring our figure, let them bring theirs, we match. But somebody will sit somewhere, fly in here, stay in 5-star hotel, or they stay in beauty areas and they're giving data by Nigeria. What do they know that is happening in my village? Who gives them that data? And if they are getting such data, that means they are not here only to check our economic growth. There is some other thing they are checking. And it's high time we begin to look at them.
Exactly. Now, the North is saying that President Tinubu is not giving enough attention to them in terms of development and, issues like that. And he's reassuring them that...
They've said this several times. So is the North... Whoever wears his shoe knows where it paints.
On the Vanguard.
Yeah. Whoever wears the shoe knows where it paints. If President Bola Tinubu, Ahmed Tinubu, our President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, is not paying attention to the North, and the Northerners are saying, President, look our way. Have they done anything wrong? They are part of the Federation. They have freedom to say whether you are marginalized, whether you're getting enough share. It's because the war, their war against, after all, the people in the Aso Rock, they have a duty of responding to coalition. So when the North say they are not getting enough attention, they should also respond, give them figures. Yesterday, somebody said, yes, Tinubu is giving enough attention to the North, they gave data. Mm-hmm. That is how a democracy works. So it's not something we see as something we break head. In fact, if they allow me to say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, is not giving enough attention to the Southeast. That's where I'm from. And my father told me, if you do not blow your own trumpet, who will blow it for you? Nigerian politics is about, hey, I am here, President Bola Tinubu, we are here, remember us. So if that will make him sit back and look at whatever his development plan for Nigeria is, and they start looking at empirical evidences. I have given this to the South, giving this to South side, giving this to Northeast. What else? Who is not giving up? Let them do it that way. If Nigeria is managed that way, we in Southeast won't be thinking about marginalization. In fact, imagine when the North is talking about President Bola Tinubu is not giving them enough attention to them. Imagine what we talk, that we that are from Southeast. But no problem. That's Nigeria. Let everybody blow their own trumpet. If that will make President Bola Tinubu look their way, that is something. That's about politics. Politics is about who controls what. So it's not out of the way. So the North can, if I am from the North, what do you want me to be? So me, I'm from the Southeast, and I'm shouting, President Bola Tinubu, remember us in the Southeast, we are here. We are part of Nigeria, That's it.
Yes. Now, on the Matrix, we are seeing that fresh tensions in Benue as armed herdsmen kill farmer in renewed attack. I'm also seeing that the First Lady donated 1 billion naira to victims of this same Benue attack.
Yeah, beautiful. Yesterday, we said, beautiful. First Lady, in some places, we have had people who sing, you are our mama be this, or our mama be this, or some people say, no, be their mama. Some people say, it's about who gets what. The 1 billion naira donation to the victims of Heda's attack in Benue is welcome. My only question, which I always ask, is whose money? Do we have office of the First Lady? If office of the First Lady can stand in one place and make a donation of 1 billion naira, and no question is asked, we only clap. We are using a good move in a bad way. That's all. So if the First Lady's office have that kind of money, let them go around. If we have put 1 billion in fighting Heda's farmers clash, we won't have to donate it. We would have used it to get people to sustain. What do Nigerians in this area of Benue want? To go to their farms, bring out food, and maintain the name they have been bearing in Nigeria as food basket of Nigeria. They don't need, the worst they can do is once in a while, here Ministry of Agriculture gave out even fertilizer at subsidized rate after contractors of federal government brings in fertilizer, and then if they manage to get, they will use in their farm. If they don't manage, they will still produce. But they cannot even go to the farms. Then 1 billion you are giving It's going to still pass through corrupt process of Nigeria. Before it gets there, it will be on record that the first lady gave 1 billion naira. But you won't have the process of proving who gets it. That's why he said, solve the sickness, cure the sickness, leave the symptoms. Because, like you said this morning, another set of farmers has been killed. Is it that anytime people are killed for no reason, just because God has put them in Benue, then the first lady from Asorok or from Abuja will go and donate? Is that how we solve the problem? It is not solving the problem. So if we know all the money you want to use to solve a header farmers clash, let's put it into action to stop it. Because before you can separate fight, make sure you stop pushing. Because once the header has killed, no remedy, no amount of money you give will bring back about 1 billion people that are killed in those areas. And more people are dying. Those ones are dying in bits now. Nobody is putting them together. Before you know it, at the end of the year, you'll be thinking about how many people are in Benue. That in one location already we are losing over 1 million people. Is it not? It calls for concern. It calls for beyond going tokenism of giving 1 billion naira. And people will shout. I see it as political, and it's not solving anything.
Yeah. Now, this issue in Ghana, FG is cautioning on the Guardian. FG is cautioning Ghanaians as they allege ritual killings, prostitution against Nigeria. They are asking Nigerians to leave their country. And
what I'm saying, if anybody want to rape his mother's daughter, he should go ahead and rape the mother's daughter, and not give an excuse that the mother's daughter passed in front of him. For those who are not been to Ghana, I'm not defending anybody. This thing that Ghanaians are starting will be consuming. They're just starting what a war they cannot finish. If Nigeria helped to bring Ghana to stability, now they turn around. There are prostitutes from Ghana. There are even Ghanaian prostitutes in Nigeria. And what about Bulajo Werado? There's nowhere you have a wall, you don't have backyard. All the countries of Africa should not be pointing hand to Nigeria as people where if you have learned a prostitution, ritual killing, who forced you under gunpoint to learn it if you are too morally upright? You see, Africans have a way of blaming another man. It was Sonny Nage in his music. You always blame people. Blame me, you know. when you look up in the morning, your cup is dry. There's nothing inside. You blame Uche. I don't have more water in my cup. Where Uche? If you don't blame, this thing will not work. If Ghanaians feel that they have insurgents or resurgence, because there's been there, they will have harlots and the ritual killers. They have native doctors who are, because as the world is going digital, they are not getting anything from. In fact, if you know where you have real native doctors, is Ghanaians. So what has Nigerians taught to them? If they start it, I don't know who is pushing this. It might still be international community trying to knock heads, and there might be some people trying to distract. A lot of people are interested in making sure West Africa is destabilized. You know why? They're already destabilized because Mali is out of Commonwealth. What do you call it? The ECOWAS.
ECOWAS, yeah.
Burkina Faso, how many of them are out? Niger Republic. So how many is left? And there people are still causing confusion to make sure they destabilize. This might not be much, not really. It must not, and the way I see it, it still have a hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob in this. If the Ghanaians don't watch this, they will destroy themselves. This self-destruction.
Because they started putting your
country.
Radio.
Yeah, you leave your and start looking for Nigerians are the only. So, after all, Nigerians need Ghana must go. Let them not touch anybody. Declare Nigerians. If Nigerians return and Ghana turns to Dubai, then we know Nigerians are causing their problem. If they kill anybody in this cause, they have brought self-destruction. Because, Nigeria, it's not all Nigerians. Nigeria is multiple. We have over 400 tribes of Nigeria. There are some tribes in Nigeria that don't forgive when you kill their people. So I'm not threatening, I'm not saying it, but I won't be here and they say they kill somebody. Imagine when Ghana and Nigeria want to fight. Let them not start this nonsense. And we have diplomatic groups, diplomatic specialists and organizations and agencies. They should step in on time. That's what you keep saying. Because we're talking like this and we're having headlights. The thing will be growing. When it grows out of hand, that's when they will call big meetings in Dubai or in UK to go and settle issues that are at home. It is starting now. All
right, now just before we go, this one about unaccounted fund on the matrix, 210 trillion naira unaccounted fund, and the Senate is giving NNPCL 3-week ultimatum.
And NASA has given NNPCL people a lot of ultimatum. When you expire, they give another.
Yes.
One. No, I'm saying let them not stop deceiving us. NAS who is more powerful, NAS or NNPCL? And these are people who have left NNPCL. If they are still in Nigeria, what is holding them to account? And we are dragging this amount of money that is almost the Nigerian budget. And few people are holding it and they cannot account it. And NAS is still talking about it. So, for the first time in my life, in the last 6 months, I've had NAS say something that resembles, and it's still not active. The only thing they've done in the past is about Natasha. So, if they put the force they're pulling on Natasha to get the NNPCL official to come and account for this amount of money that my mouth can't even pronounce, then they might have been doing something. Otherwise, we are chasing shadow. Let them not be inviting. If it is not people in NNPCL, will National Assembly be inviting? Did they take this kind of invitation and the ultimatum? Did they give it to Natasha? They should ask themselves this question. Otherwise, they are deceiving us.
They are saying they need more time to do
Which time?
digging.
What time? Something water there for your ankle. You never fit. Is it when it gets to your toe? You could hold a giant down. You are not able to slap or kick. When the giant stand up, that's when some of them disappear. With people in that money, they are calling them to account. There's nobody they cannot buy in Nigeria. In fact, let me even assure Nigeria that if I am at the border and somebody with that kind of money give me a little bit of it, I will open the border for him to escape. Because Nigerians do not want to solve the problem. You allow some people to hold this kind of money. They can buy anything. That's the danger of allowing excessive wealth, illegal fund flow in the hands of illegal people. That's what there's nothing they cannot buy. So if you want to stop corruption, stop it from the word go. Not when somebody has amassed that kind of money, you begin to invite him. If you invite him, the person who went to invite him, he buys him over. I'll tell you a story. I work with a company that were being owed. It's a media company. They were being owed by advert agencies in Lagos. So they were sending their staff to go and collect the money from Lagos agencies. Each time any staff go there, the agencies will say, how much are we owing your company? 250 million. Then they say, how much are you being paid? Say they are paying you 50,000 naira monthly. Say, don't worry, we'll give you 7 million. Go home from here. So all the people they sent to go and collect money retire from going to Lagos. And it's the same company that gave them money to go to Abuja to Lagos to collect money. They disappeared and retired from there. That is what corruption can do. So in some society, they make sure you don't get so excessively corrupt so that you have limits to what you can do. But in Nigeria, no. This is a country where Agbado Ewa sells Mudu sells for 15,000 naira. But some people have over 500 billion in their account in banks in Nigeria, and we're talking. So we're deceiving ourselves.
All right.
God bless Nigeria
for those
who deserve it. Thank you.
All right. It's a pleasure having you for the review this morning, Chris. Thank you for your time. All right. And make sure to stay tuned. We still have conversations that you will enjoy to listen in a moment.